Duane, Ava, Nuabiz are the real guides on this level of life that we can see and talk to. Considering that a guide should dish out some guidelines, what are some of the guidelines to help new students live in real universes every day?
Okay, I find that term dish out very interesting, and I only have about 3 dishes myself. So I don't know if I can dish out any more than that. But anyhow, um, more so than a guideline. All right. Again, the references, the writings and the talking and the written and spoken word that's been provided by myself and many, many others, those are excellent guidelines. And so, again, it's every moment that, each person decides for themselves. It's not going to magically happen. So as I see these questions coming in a particular way, the idea here is that, certain people still want things done for them. There's a way to support others and share, but we don't use each other. That's not the idea. In other words, as an example, what this is referring to is that I'm supposed to provide this and that for everyone. Well, I make a choice, just like the boys. They have free will. They don't have to give a person an experience. They don't have to say anything. I saw a movie the other day, and there was something said in it. Of course, it was the God reference. But this one fella said to this other individual who was, looking and praying to God. And the fella said to him, well, you have to earn God's presence. In other words, each person has to figure out and earn their position with this, to have certain experiences, to become more aware. It's just like if you're starting in a big company and you started off as the janitor. Well, you earn your way to the top, and some janitors have become president, but they didn't do it in a day. Maybe it took them their whole lifetime to do it, day after day of scrubbing the floors and the toilets and the walls and, sweeping the parking lot and whatever, till eventually, little by little, again, and what they decide is their outcome. Each person decides that. So, questions with this reference are again to where people are looking to be dependent. I'm trying to show people how to be self-sufficient so that we're all equal and we all support each other and we don't have to beg from each other. It's so simple. It's taken me a lifetime to get here, so I'm sharing that with others. Just simply be a real person and do your part. Step up, have the courage to do so.
Okay, well, I did just get another question from Charles. Do you want it now or save it?
Okay, let's get through it. Okay, Charles. Let's get okay.
Okay, when it comes to doing something for himself and living with and supporting the environment, the African is like no other, goes over hills, mountains, down valleys, and crossing crocodile-infested waters to tear down the forests to make farms, and often has to belong to cooperatives for his financial needs as the banks are inaccessible. Does this qualify him for the real universes if he just sings the new?
Wow, what does Charles want? A written guarantee? Okay, Val is here. Is Val here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Val, the universal hiker. Okay, so you can have some response to this, Val, because you've done everything. Now, I don't know if you've wrestled with crocodiles or beat up elephants, but you've done a few of these things, right?
Yeah, Henry and I climbed El Coronel Wednesday. That was a little bit. We climbed the mountain.
Yeah, and we also went to Walmart and Home Depot, didn't we?
That was an adventure. Yes.
Yeah, it was hard to get out. Actually, it was easy to get in, but it was hard to get out of Walmart because they want you to pay to leave.
There's always something. It's always a restriction. Yeah.
Yeah, so there are always challenges. And again, what Charles wrote is a very interesting story. It sounds almost like it could be Netflix episodes of, because I would say that all that he described would take some time, right?
Yeah, like you say, it could take probably longer than you might think,
Yes, 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 yes.
or could even imagine. Yes, but it's worth it.
Well, there was a wise man that I met once that said, and quote, I have to stop believing in my own thinking. Yes. I remember those things. Yes, I remember wise old sayings. Yes.
That sounds familiar. That saying. Yes.
Does it? Does it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we've probably heard it for lifetimes. So, yes, here we are again. Yeah. So, okay. Well, the question is, doing all that stuff and whatever, does it qualify you for the real universes? Well, are we out to qualify ourselves here? Is that it? Are we the right height and weight and age? And do we have our high school diploma? Do we qualify? Well, that does sound good, doesn't it? But actually, it's recognition, intent, and learning to stand real. And perceiving this reality. So, and there's a lot to it. So, again, it's not about qualifying according to what we think or what we do in the physical sense. These are just things we do. The physical life is simply something that we need as a comparison. That's it. It's not about qualifying because we do something. That's the difference. It's about recognition and an awareness and standing real and seeing as the is sees. So that's a whole lot. But in the physical sense, you do things. And yes, this does prompt certain things. But the end result is, it's kind of like a person that wants to become a doctor, and they go through all the schooling for 10, 20, 30 years, high school, colleges, universities, medical school, and everything, etc. But when it comes to the final test and they don't know what they're doing, even though they went through all that schooling, well, have they earned it? Do they qualify? Well, no. So again, it's recognition. It's more than qualifying. It really is. And so this is the biggest challenge for all of us as we've come through these millions of lifetimes. So it's not going to be done overnight. It took us millions of lifetimes just to get to the point to be able to see something more than just creation itself. Yeah. So it's not about earning merit badges like when you were in the Boy Scouts. It's not like getting little stars because you got an A on your test in school and the teacher put a star on the blackboard for you. No, it's so much more than that. It's so much more than the sun shining. Again, the sun shining is the best example. Learn to be more than the sun shining, then you'll see it. But in the meantime, you have to deal with yourself, your choice.